Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby. Tell them where you from. 813 going crazy. Yeah. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. Now when I say the loose cannons, what? Do you know what I mean? I'm talking Bobby Latte, Stank Bastard, and Samurai Lee. You ain't never seen no her before, no podcast like this. These boys that entertain you, then take you on road trips, go to other cities, raid and pillage, watch Bucs kick ass. If we in the stands and fans talk shit, we gon' whoop them fans. You'll see us in the red and pewter with the white and black. Might be high, drunk as fuck, straight talking smack. If it's a home game, best believe you gon' hear this chant. It be like Buccaneers. Buccaneers. One more time. Buccaneers. We in Tampa Bay, baby.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Monday, November 17th, 2025, and you're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I am your boy, the Samurai Ali, hanging out with the one, the only, the Pale Wonder, the Barefoot Bandit himself, Stank Bastard. And before we forget, make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out tonight, because we really like some likes right now, because there's not a lot that I like going on, okay, in the world of Bucs football. So maybe your likes might change my mind, might change my attitude. Who knows? Maybe not. Probably not. Not going to bet on it, but I would still like to see some likes. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. Leave us a comment on what you think is the Bucs' biggest issue right now at 6-4, with somehow a hold on the NFC South for just a little bit longer, so it seems. Before I forget as well, don't forget to check out loosecannonslive.com, where you can listen and watch every single episode ever. And if you have to listen to us instead of looking at our beautiful faces, or at least mine, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and of course, Pornhub. Stank.
Samer.
The Buffalo Bills. The Buccaneers. Okay. The Buccaneers were in Buffalo.
Yeah.
A game that started off in our favor. I mean, we didn't, kind of moved the ball on offense, and then we had to punt, kind of got stale there, kicked it off. We pinned the Buffalo Bills inside, and they're snapping the ball into their end zone. Couple of good plays. You almost get a safety on one of them. And then we force a turnover. The defense catches the ball and ends up being at the 5-yard line, turns around and says, offense, we did our job. It's time to do yours. And then the offense goes up and shits themselves, basically, and kicks a field goal. And I don't know about you, but the old adage is if you're up 6-0, you're down 7-6. In this case, if you're up 3-0, you're down 7-3. And that's exactly how it played out. And then, I mean, so before we even go on to any other drive, I do want to get your opinion, because, this gets really bad as the game goes on. But in that moment, okay, we started out like we had some fucking hope. Okay, we had some hope. It looked like it was all on the table for us. Those 3 plays from inside the 5, what did you think?
I wasn't a fan of those 3 plays. Really, it was kind of a tale of two halves. Defense is going to get shit on, and they deserve to get shit on.
Mm-hmm.
But they came out the box, made 2 stops. We had 2 possessions and came away with 3 points. And it just took a while for the offense to finally get rolling. But no, wasn't a fan of the play calling in the red zone. And honestly, that's kind of where it stops with me with Grizzard. I thought he had a pretty good game. kept going to the well with the run game. It was working. Offensive line, probably best game of the season as far as blocking up front, pass blocking and run blocking, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. So
really fucking well.
So my issue is mostly in that right there. There's a couple of other plays situationally that I still don't like, but overall, yeah, I think they did a better job against a team that they should do better against. They're not a good run defense. They're not very good when up front. But in the first possession, okay, and before I say anything, I'm going to preface this because people like to think that we're kind of Rashad White homers, and I'm not being a Rashad White homer in this moment, okay? I actually am never that, but up to this point in the game, we had only handed the ball off to Rashad, and I believe he was averaging 6 yards a pop. I think he had like 22 yards on the first possession. This is our second possession. They bring in Tucker, who I have no problem with. He had a fucking great game. But in that moment, you have a big back who's averaging 6 yards a carry, and you switch a guy. I get giving guys, different, possessions. It's very rare that you see them switch every other possession. Eventually, they didn't switch back when they went to Tucker. Whatever. In that moment, I would have liked to see Rashad, who was already averaging and already hot, already moving, get a carry there, right? And not Tucker, who's right off the bench, cold, running right up the middle into nothing, knowing the defense knew you were going to run. Like, my biggest problem, Stank, that should have been a play action on first down. And I guarantee you would have been a wide open touchdown. That was the biggest problem I had with offense yesterday. And to go in there and when, like, this is the problem this team has is they don't play complementary football. When the defense is playing well, the very next possession, the offense doesn't. When the offense is playing well, the very next possession, the defense doesn't. It's never together. It's never together, man. And it's fucking getting very frustrating to watch. And in that moment, it ends up being two weird runs and then a pass to Emeka, not a giant receiver, in the back of the end zone on a route that I don't think he even ran correctly or ran it just like, you got to score in those moments, man. Those moments, these little moments that like happen throughout a game, Stank, that don't necessarily individually decide games, but there are moments, there are these peaks that happen in a game that lead to the decision, I think, at the end of the game. And that was one of them. It started right off the bat. I mean,
yeah, I saw so many comments saying that's not where we lost the game. You go up 14-0. It's a completely different ballgame. Josh Allen doesn't get comfortable. They're playing catch up. Defense can be opportunistic. You can't say that that's not where we lost the game. We lose the game along the way by giving up possessions, not being able to score in the red zone, not getting off the fucking field on 3rd and 4th down. That's where you lose games, and that's exactly why we lost this game. Yeah, we gave up some big plays. So did the Bills, by the way. They if the shoe was on the other foot, and then the last, what was it, 8 minutes of the game, we were the ones out there making stops and putting points on the board, they'd be having the same exact conversation we're having right now. But that's not the way it went down. We ultimately blinked. We ultimately hit the canvas at the end because it was that kind of game where it was back and forth, and we'd hit them and they'd hit us. And it was kind of like whoever gets that critical stop first is going to win the football game. And the score, I think, at the end made you feel worse.
Yeah. Because
they had 44. But 3 minutes left in the game, it's like a fucking extremely close game. Yeah. And it got away from us at the end there. But that was a hell of a game if you like offense and you hate defense.
So after we score that field goal, we go up 3-0, right? We give them the ball back. And the way we give them the ball, of course, is with a terrible fucking kick coverage. I mean, I don't even know if we should even talk about this right now right off the bat. But this was, I mean, we had 4 returns in that game that we gave up that were over 40 yards. Okay. And even with that, on that very first drive that the Bills had, where they actually moved the ball and they end up very lucky drive. They had a fumble that they recovered. They had a pick that should have been picked off if Levante, I think, doesn't run into Tyke Smith. So we had 2 near turnover opportunities. And then a sack is evaded by Josh Allen. And they end up with a drive that ends up with 7 points. And in those first 2 drives, Stank, we were getting pressure on him. We were blitzing him. We were getting guys up the middle. They were opening up gaps with the way they were stunting. Whatever it was working. And we were still in, like, I'm just like, okay, 7-3, it's fine. Defense is playing okay, it looks like. Let's just get this thing rolling. The offense responds, and then the defense completely fucking shits down there. Like, what? I don't know what happened from when they were dialing up pressure and manufacturing pressure to all of a sudden, like, it looked like they were, I don't know if you noticed this, it looked like they were afraid to rush the passer. Did you see that shit? Like
they were afraid.
One of the worst games I've ever seen Vita Vea play.
That's not far from the truth. Okay. They were absolutely concerned with their gap integrity and their rush. We're not getting too far out of the rush
They
lanes.
weren't pushing.
Terrified of Josh Allen, taking the ball and running with it. They were not out there headhunting. They definitely were not. And you can go back and watch, because I had the benefit of watching it today because I had.
They were like just trying to stay in front of him,
absolutely
almost
kind of pantomiming him, and then some inexplicable play calls where you're fucking rushing 3 and dropping everybody back and I don't expecting your linebackers and fucking corners and safeties to cover for 8, 9, 10 seconds. What the fuck? Do you really think that's gonna work against a guy like just because you don't want to bring pressure and allow this guy to beat you with his feet? You're just gonna let him just stand back there and carve your ass? Dude, it's frustrating. But yes, you're not wrong, and I implore you to go back and watch the game.
I saw it live.
Yeah. I was just saying, I don't know, maybe because I kind of slowly watched it today. That's exactly what I was like. It almost looks like we're running
like Vita Vea went from pushing pockets into every quarterback's lap to all of a sudden he's not once did I even feel him in the game. And I remember I'm like, where's Vita? I almost thought he was injured or something.
The interior was not pushing the pocket, and I think it was by design. They were kind of coached this week. I have a feeling. It's a big assumption.
But then they stopped blitzing on top of that. And then Jamel Dean goes out, and all of a sudden this defense completely changes. And like a lot of people bitch and complain. You can't have Yaya Diaby covering a wide receiver down the field. You can't have Anthony Nelson covering a running back down the field. Listen, I'm telling you right now, that's not the fucking design of the play. That's the design of the offensive coordinator who's figured out a way to create that matchup. On that play, that I don't know who the fuck it is, Rashid Shaheed, somebody fucking ends up, some guy on that play where Josh Allen kind of scrambles around and ends up looking like Yaya Diaby's out there on wide receiver. Yaya's carrying that coverage to a certain extent, and then he has to hand it off. And then now I have to look at Benjamin Morrison, the rookie, and say, hey, why? Like, he's the one who should have picked that up. So it looks like it's on Yaya, or it looks like we're telling, hey, Yaya, go cover a wide receiver. I guarantee you guys who think Todd Bowles is a moron, he's not going out there thinking Yaya Diaby's my secret weapon against a fucking wide receiver who can run a 4.6. I promise you that's not what's happening. But that's what happens.
Todd is not a moron, but he tends to play and coach scared and gets ultra fucking conservative and tries to protect.
That's when the blitz stopped. When the blitz stopped, that's what happened. Yes. And those matchups were created, and so you have to tip your hat at times. But if that's Jamel Dean, I assume he picks up that guy much sooner when they're supposed to hand off between two. Yaya Diaby's running downfield because he's a fucking guy seeing no one's covering this dude. I'm gonna do my best. Whatever like that shit obviously cannot fucking happen, man. Like, we defend Todd Bowles. I think it's a lot more than what people think. But come on, man. Like, you can't give up these fucking plays every single week. You got to find something that works and stick to it. And on both sides of the ball, anything we do well, we move away from it in those moments I talked to you about, Stank. Those magnified moments that ultimately add up to the outcome of the game. Those moments are where we go away from what we do best and we do something that we don't do well in that game, whether it's running or passing or vice versa, or blitzing or sitting back, whether like all these things just fucking compound. And then imagine having one unit play well one drive and then the unit decide not the other. Like, if all that just lines up over and over and over again until you just have this shit show. And then with that all being said, we're somehow only down 5 with 6 something left in the game.
We're only down 5 in the position where, and we talked about this last
week,
where everything is critical. We're always in that situation where one mistake can lose us a football game, and it's because he coaches scared. He does. I'm sorry, and I love you, Todd. You know that. I've told you to your face. I think you're a great guy. You're a great leader. The players love you. You know how to kind of keep the locker room positive. But you don't have that fuck you in you. You just don't, or at least it doesn't come out
when he loses a corner. Something happens, man. We saw it last year. He lost multiple corners, and I would have been okay just blitzing Servassier Dennis every play, make him his spy, and that's after 2-3 seconds, fucking go right up the middle and go get his ass. I mean, worst case scenario, you make him run and he only gains a few yards. Like. That's where I just didn't understand it. With all that being said, Stank, it's 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and 2 again. We're down 5. Okay, there's a super chat. I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Izzy, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. King Sorrowful for $5. Bowles
just feels like Dungy 2.0.
No.
Does Bowles have that biscuit mentality? The answer is no. Chiefs, Cowboys, and now yesterday, he surrenders easily.
I don't think he surrenders.
You can't compare the two. They're not the same. They're definitely. I don't know. I hear it all the time. I don't know what to say when I hear it. I mean, it's the obvious. They're not the same type of coach. They're just not. They're not.
Yeah. No. So Stank, we're down 5. It's 3rd and 2. We've run the ball for, I believe, over 200 yards at this point. And I could understand the play call. Okay, I could understand the play call if we went for it on 4th down. I could at that point. But to not run the ball like we did last week when we learned we should have run the ball on 3rd down then, to not run the ball when you're averaging what you're averaging on the ground, like, it's just like, and I know so far we've talked about Grizzard twice over Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles had a shitty coaching day yesterday. It started off with the dumb fucking challenge. It started off with the dumb challenge. It started off with, it's, yeah, I don't know.
What was that?
It's
and
like,
how are we not challenging
the spots of the ball and other points of the game?
The play we scored on where we went for it on 4th and Baker ran it in. I think Baker ran it in, whatever. But clearly Rashad like fucking fell backwards. Easy first down. They spot like a full half.
They did it to Kate Otten twice. They did it to Kate Otten twice.
I don't get it, bro. That's another thing, bro. He allows these referees all the rope in the world and is never out there.
But if he doesn't make that stupid challenge to start the game, he probably can make one of those challenges. But he cuts himself off, and now he only has 1 red flag left, right? So that's almost like you have to wait for a massive moment at that point. But that it starts off with that terrible first one, right? And then we punt at one point while we're in, like, I get it, the wind and all that shit. Just fucking go for it, man. Just go for it. We got to delay a game. We got to delay a game. And the other team declined it, which I've been screaming for Todd Bowles to do for fucking years, by the way. You can decline that penalty. And they forced us to punt it. I think it ends up going in the end zone or maybe at the 10-yard line. Regardless.
No, but Samer,
go for it.
That was 4th and 5 from their 44.
Go
their
for
44, it. And we're up, by the way. We have the lead. There's a minute 9 left in the half or something like that. We have the ball on their 44, and we decide to punt from their 44. And 2 plays later, they're on our side of the fucking football field. 2 plays later, and then they throw that running back screen that goes to the house, whatever the fuck it was. Like
a go route.
Why are you trying to protect this team with conservatism? It doesn't work. You got a guy who wants to lead with his fucking dick. This team needs to go out there and die on the sword. But you want to sit back and allow us to die. By the way, you're still giving up huge fucking plays. You're still giving up plays that you're trying to avoid giving up. So
what do you have to lose? Yeah, what
you're just giving them more possessions.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose by going for it? That's what I'm saying. So if you can excuse all of that, you're down 5 somehow at the end of this game. To not go for it on 4th down and to punt, like, I'm not gonna pretend that like, I don't care. Like, you cannot go through what you just did for that game and think we're gonna get the ball back. The best that defense played in the second half was the very first possession the Bills had coming out of halftime. And what did the Bucs offense do? The following offensive possession, we punted the ball away. Like we never once rewarded the defense, and we never once rewarded the offense from each opposing unit. And in that right there, that 4th down to punt there, man, it's just, I can't understand. You can't excuse that shit. Mm-hmm. That is fucking bad coaching. That's bad coaching. You have to assume that you're not going to stop them. You just have to. I know it's your unit, but you just have to be like, guys, we fucking suck today. We're going to have to go for it. You have nothing to lose.
We lost a playoff game against Washington last year with a coach who went for it on every
fucking fourth down.
They and the team knew going in that the coach had their back regardless. And if we give up a touchdown, we give up the touchdown. We give up bad field position. And I'm not saying you have to go to that extreme, but just have some confidence and know that your defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed right now. So to say, oh, I thought we'd get the ball back. I thought we'd have more time, blah, blah, blah. You're drinking that hope juice. Okay. That shit is just it because you're a defensive coordinator and those are your guys and that's your unit. You trust that they're going to eventually stand on their head and make a play when they haven't really been doing it in critical situations all game long. So why not give it to the hot side of the ball and allow them the same fucking rope you're giving the defense to say, hey man, 4th and fucking 5 from the 44. We've got the lead. Let's go make it a 10-point lead going into the half, because otherwise we give them the ball back and we're in the same position we were last week, where New England got the ball at the end and they scored, and they got the ball back and they scored again, and then you're in big trouble. And it didn't happen exactly like that in this game, but close to fucking enough. We sandwiched in a field goal there at the end of the half, but still, that scared type of fucking coaching is going to get you beat.
The thing too, man, the thing that really killed the team, in my opinion, too, is that in the first half, we were creating turnovers. Like, the defense really wasn't, like, they were giving up plays, but they were also creating opportunities for the offense, and we did nothing. We did nothing with 3 turnovers. We got 3 points. 3 points off of 3. A big problem, man. That's a big problem on this team. It's that we don't go for that. And the interception from Baker, people want to say was an ugly throw. Go back and watch it and tell me if you see any receiver run a route that looks even remotely correct. Tell me the depth is correct. Tell me that they're in the right spot. They're both in the same place, but not in the right spot at the same time. Like, the safety was just accidentally in the right place at the right time because they created that. That's just either a bad scheme, bad route running, bad coach, something. There's something wrong, and it keeps happening week in and week out. I don't care who the fuck's playing receiver. They've been playing receiver for weeks now. It's not a fucking excuse anymore. The injuries are not an excuse anymore. We ran the ball fucking with a different set of plays that they have open to them to call than when they're at the 45, the 50, or your 45, right? You have to defend not only a wider playbook, you have to defend 4 downs. You're playing a team that has a special fucking
Not with our
cheat
head
code.
coach. Not with our head coach. You don't.
Okay, a team like the Bills who has a cheat code at 4th down at quarterback, you have to now tell your defense every single time you kick the ball off, hey, guys, go out there and defend 4. 4 plays opposed to 3. 3, you get off the field, see you later, keep it moving, we did our job. 4 is tough. 4 is tough, and I don't care how good of a defense you are, 4 is tough. And that's what we forced them into. So my question to you, why the fuck did we keep kicking it to them? Just kick it into the fucking end zone. Just kick it into the fucking end zone. Say, you know what? I'll give you 35 yards. Better than 50. Better than fucking 55 yards. Like, just kick it off into the fucking end zone. That's it. The Eagles, as good as they are, do you know what they do, Stank? They kick it into the fucking end zone. They say, fuck it. Like, at some point in the...
Or at least admitted it was a fucking problem for the first time ever. Yeah. Attacking Josh Allen. Oh well, let him beat you with feet. If that's what happens, that happens. But
yeah, it's just not.
Yeah.
It just
we just got a big ass super chat and it almost took my breath away for a second.
Yeah.
It came up a different color. I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
Pink.
$50 super chat from Mopar Buck.
Holy shit.
Are
Thank
we
you.
really shocked? It's the same story season in and season out. Light doesn't draft dogs, make free agent signings or trades. So when we have injuries, they expose and hurt us more than usual. Let's call a spade a spade. We have a ceiling with Bowles.
Yeah, I don't go for the Jason Light slander whatsoever. He does draft dogs. Do you see Parrish out there?
Parrish was a dog.
How about Tyke Smith? How about Tyke Smith?
We've got 2 rookie wide receivers that are carrying this fucking football team, or have been for the last several weeks. He does draft dogs. The problem is we've gotten old at certain positions. He has had his misses. Nobody's going to fucking say he hasn't. I think everybody will admit, that we've got some misses, especially at that pass rush position. Joe Tryon, miss. Fucking number 90. I don't even want to say his, what the fuck is his name?
They're the biggest problem with this defense, Stank, Evans. But we just don't have a guy in the front 7 that anybody cares to fucking circle.
Levante's never been that guy anyways. I don't even know why you brought his name up. He's not a pass rushing
because he's in the
linebacker
front 7. That's
at the fucking trade diet.
I'm not blaming. I'm not.
I want to know.
I'm not blaming Jason Light. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying the biggest problem with the defense is that we just simply don't have an edge or a monster that affects asshole. Well, you need an asshole sometimes. Tyke Smith's an asshole.
Listen here, asshole. Everybody's saying the stream keeps freezing and buffering. So can you fix that shit? Because you're not performing well either.
Nothing I can do about it.
Last 4 episodes we've done, we haven't performed well either. I feel like we started off the season really hot, like 6-1, and the last several games we haven't put our best effort on the fucking field either.
Not unless I reboot the stream again.
Jesus. Every fucking week.
Are we in the green?
Unbelievable.
Are we in the green?
Now
again?
we're in the green again. I mean,
It's on YouTube's end again, I bet.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
It happens. It's going up and down. It seems red and then green and then red and then green.
You guys are too hot tonight. That's what it is. You guys
Tell
are
your kids to
emotionally
fucking
hot.
log off,
Feeling-
Stammer.
No.
I feel like
I have
Yeah.
I have internet upstairs just for me. There is no internet that I share.
it's probably Todd Bowles' fault. You know,
I
he doesn't
do
Looks like we're
blame
all
him.
good now on
I
this
do blame
end.
him.
he doesn't want you to get all the internet at once. You know, he'd rather you get a moderate amount. Okay, not too much, not too little, right down the center. Just missionary, right? Just hit it and just keep hitting it. You know, you don't need to go too deep. You don't need to go too shallow. You just keep on rhythmically.
Are we still talking about football?
I guess so. I think.
Internet speeds. Hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
Steve.
I'm curious
He's
what
gonna throw the red
happens.
flag on a bad challenge
I'm
call.
curious what happens if I literally reboot my router during a show. What happened?
I don't know.
Don't do it.
Don't
Now is
do
not
it.
the time to figure it
I
out.
don't know.
I
You
mean-
know what? They don't. You know these. Our chat doesn't deserve the full stream, anyways. I don't know if they can handle it. They can handle it anyways.
No. Y'all's voicemails are about to break.
Well, I don't know why we haven't fired this
The
guy at
internet.
special teams yet, man. I just
Oh my
I don't get it, man. They start every opposing team's offense in no man's land, and what happens in no man's land, Stink? You go for it on 4th down. And so
I don't know how that guy walks in the office every.
how is he
every-
smiling
every-
and joking with the guys? Like,
I don't
how is
know,
he
dude.
sitting at lunch? How is he jovial with anybody? Like, how is he?
I don't know.
Like, I would be embarrassed to go to the office if my day before was that bad, right? You just feel shitty. Imagine that guy just walks right in like no problem. Hey boys, how you guys doing this morning? Yeah. I'd be like, fuck you, man. That's what I would do if I was a third string linebacker who's been running out there getting my ass whooped in coverage. I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Hey, he was at the
David Zussman for $10. What did Jason Light do in free agency, draft, or trade deadline to get this team ready to go further than we did last year? You cannot miss so often on first and second rounds of the draft and do nothing in free agency and trades.
I like how Izzy's blind and still, even with his windshield glasses, has to get his face all the way up on his screen to read a super
Yeah.
chat. You see that shit? He's He's basically deep throating that mic just to fucking read.
Izzy, be honest, bro. You got your cell phone light on when you read the menu at Chili's?
What?
You got your cell phone light on the menu at Chili's? Yeah.
No.
Come on.
To answer
Nah.
David's super chat, there's no way to tell me if if Jason did or didn't try to make a trade.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it was as cheap as a 3rd rounder for Jalen Phillips to end up an Eagle, that doesn't mean that Jason didn't try. It just means they decided to send him to fucking the Eagles. Like, again, I don't know. I don't know if he's done behind closed doors. He's never going to tell me, and I'm never going to ask him. Really not part of my relationship with Jace. But what has he done in free agency, the draft, and trade deadline? I mean, in free agency, what have they been able to do? They've had their hands tied. They've had to keep their own guys. They've been paying off the credit card bill that Tom Brady cost them. And then in draft, I mean, he's had a fucking good line of drafts, not just 1 or 2. I mean, he's been pretty
We got
fucking good.
Two rookies starting at corner, 2 rookies starting at wide receiver right now. Like can you
Tyke
give
Smith is an absolute dog
Yes.
from last year.
fucking credit, bro?
Yeah, Tyke Smith is an absolute dog from last year. I think Kalijah Kancey's very fucking good. If he can figure out how to stay healthy, he's a very good fucking pass rusher up front and a just run style. He's good at his job. I mean, you drafted Antoine Winfield. I mean, we could keep going through this. Like, it's not like we're just not drafting good guys, but some of it is just injury luck, man. I don't know what to say. And to just go out there and mortgage your future when you don't think that this team might be there, maybe that says more than you guys want to read into. Maybe there's a
But
reason they haven't made
don't get it
trades.
twisted. I want toys too.
For
What we
real.
have out there ain't it. Okay? It's borderline dog shit at times. It's sad. It really is. Yes, we do need a pass rusher. Booger McFarland's right. We don't have that guy. And he wasn't available, by the way, at the trade deadline. And he also wasn't available in the offseason. It's hard to get those guys and pay them what they're worth and not have to sell your fucking franchise down the road to do that shit. Otherwise, everybody would fucking do it. It's that position. It's really fucking hard to do. And even if you got that guy, doesn't mean you're going to be good. Look at the fucking Browns. They literally have a fucking
monster.
Alien. He's not human, bro. That guy's not a fucking human. And it doesn't answer all all your fucking prayers, dude. You got to have guys at every position. And trust me, I'm sure Jason wants it too. Of course he does. I just clearly it wasn't, that guy wasn't there.
Look at the Packers. They went and got Micah Parsons. They're supposed to be amazing, and they've struggled. They've struggled outside of a handful of games, man. And so Micah Parsons also didn't win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, so it takes more than that. But I'm with you, man. We do need that guy. Like we desperately need that guy. But a guy I don't have kind of held back on saying what I'm about to say, Stank. But Zion McCollum is just not playing good football, man. And I don't know if it's how they're coached, these DBs, but it's mind-boggling to me that he consistently, willingly, by the way, gives up inside leverage to everybody we face. When it's like 3rd and 17, whatever the down and distance is, you're coached, especially in the red zone, to take away the slant. Take away the slant and make them go out of bounds and go over. And if you got that extra defender in the boundary, that's the way you're coached. He gives up inside leverage every single down. And if it were for a wide receiver dropping it, the slant is there every fucking week against this guy. And how is nobody saying anything? And especially after he got paid, like you got to play, you got to do more, man. You got to impact the fucking game, Zion. You can't just stand around.
Not just that, the play that nobody's talking about, and they should, absolutely incredible circus catch by that no-name receiver for the Bills. It was 3rd and 11. Pass rush obviously wasn't there, and Zion had to cover, and that guy just, had all the room he needed to tip the ball to himself and then toe tap it on the sideline. That play, that drive was the real backbreaker of the fucking football game. And we had an opportunity on 3rd and 11 to get off the football field, and he didn't make the play. Didn't make it. Wasn't in position to make it. Couldn't even make it after the guy tipped it to himself. Wasn't even a part of the play whatsoever. It's just, it is. Right now, we've got a rookie outplaying all of our starting corners. Parrish is the best DB on this football team right now. Against the run, against the pass.
Tyke he's the best player on defense right now.
Okay, yeah. Tyke, I'm talking about actual corner, not safety.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not talking about DB
you
in
said
general.
DB.
Okay, sorry. Best corner on this football team right now. Obviously, Winfield and Tyke are playing at a high fucking level. But you wouldn't know from Bucs Twitter. They hate fucking Antoine Winfield Jr. for some reason. I don't get that one either.
The only thing I could be critical of Antoine is that he just hasn't had enough moments. He hasn't made enough big plays. In the Saints game, he made big plays.
The 2 pick sixes and almost 3 interceptions in one game wasn't enough for you?
That's one game, Stank. You kind of need to be able to rely on your stars 2 or 3 times a game. A combination of them. No matter who it is. I need to see a splash from these guys. Got to make impact plays, man. Especially in a defense that seems to be feast or famine most of the time. You gotta be able to say, I paid this corner $16 million a year. He should come up with an interception.
Bro, it's a miracle. Point. It's a miracle we got 2 picks on defense, 2 turnovers on defense with the pass rush that we had.
I get it. But no. We got those when we got those when we were playing fucking aggressive defense.
Right.
When that went away, it changed.
Exactly. It did, didn't it? So if they're just going to sit back there and let fucking that giant quarterback just survey the field and watch, find the open guy, nobody's going to make a play. Nobody's going to fucking make a play. And unfortunately, Todd, you have to create pressure. You're not going to get it with rushing for.
We're back to where we were last year, basically. Yeah.
Right.
We're back to where we were last year. And
because the guy that you did add has been, you ask the stat nerd. He's like, oh, he's around the ball. Look at this fucking statistical data. And if you look at this and you measure it towards this, and if you look at this pie chart, fuck that, bro. How many sacks do you have? And you're like, oh, you're only reading the Bucs score. He only has 1 sack. No, he wasn't making an impact. He's definitely not making an impact now because he's injured. That guy we were counting on to be our edge presence, not there. And now Anthony Nelson and Yaya have to be the guys.
I'm harping on Morrison earlier, but Morrison's going through growing pains. He's a fucking rookie, so I'm not killing him at times. But I understand he's a rookie. It's when I see a rookie struggling, I look at it. You got to coach better.
Who missed camp, by the way.
You got to coach him better. If you know he might play and this is the game plan to play quarters coverage at some point, he's got to know how to play quarters coverage. You've just got to coach him up, whether that's individually, whether that's focus with him, in the play, but whatever the fuck it is, that's your job as a coaching staff. I don't care whose job that is, but somebody in that staff should be like, hey, Ben, come on over here. Let's make sure you understand what you're doing because you're not getting the reps right now, but we're going to get you reps in the game. You got to be ready. Like, you can't have a guy who's also rotating, by the way, be out there and look completely lost. I don't care if he's a rookie. He just cannot look that way. Now, he's playing catch-up to fucking Jacob Parrish, who played the entire camp, played all of preseason. He's played the entire season up to this point. Like, he's got a lot ahead of him compared to Ben Morrison. But this, I don't know, man. Just
you want to. They brought up Tony Dungy's name earlier, bro. Dungy would absolutely probably have a coronary. Okay, your secondary is not going to look good, and you guys can focus on the corners and the safeties all you fucking want. The front seven isn't getting it done. The linebacker position has been a weakness this year. Outside linebackers, edge linebackers, all the linebackers, and we've really only had pressure inconsistently up the middle. And in this game, you could clearly see that the game plan was not to crash the middle of the pocket and allow Josh Allen to escape and hurt us with his feet. So they didn't even try to bring it there. And the fucking play where we dropped everybody and rushed 3 on 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4? I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a position, a time in the game where you go into full fucking prevent mode.
Just make him rush his decision. You don't have to even get a set. Just rush the decision, man. Like, that's common sense. Like, everything that happened yesterday was bad coaching in all 3 phases, obviously special teams, but and some of it's correctable shit. All right. Some of it is Baker missing guys. Sometimes this whole thing with Baker missing guys, like, it's a bit overrated. It's a bit overused.
Yeah, there was quite a few drops as well. Cade had a few drops
in there, but my thing is,
Mecca had a drop. If offense still played well enough for the most part.
If Tez is open over here and the progression is to go from left to right, I can't expect Baker to see that guy unless he's somehow diagnosed at pre-snap, which doesn't seem to be his MO. But I will say, Stink, have you noticed since the Niners game, it doesn't look like we have answers pre-snap like we used to way before that. In the beginning half of the season, we looked like we had a lot of answers. When Baker was really dealing, he kind of knew what was going on before the snap. The last 5-6 weeks, it doesn't look that way. It looks like it's backyard football almost. If no one's open.
When you take that big 13 off the field, that chess piece, things get a little bit different, and defenses can kind of impose their will on you. We are still, we are still playing with our 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th receivers right now. And tight ends aren't really involved in the pass game too much, especially in the red zone where, you know what, tight ends are kind of supposed to eat. I don't know if you knew that, Josh. When none of our tight ends have a touchdown this entire season, I heard on the broadcast. Is that accurate?
It's still there.
Yeah.
We have 0 tight end touchdowns.
Yeah, maybe
this season.
That's why you're struggling in the red zone. You want to use those guys down there. They're mismatches against corners and linebackers because they're bigger than the other guys. So sometimes you just need to get the ball in their vicinity and they score touchdown down there. So you could add those plays to the playbook. And I get it. You want to keep them in there to protect Baker, but sometimes sneak them out. Make them the number one progression instead of having Emeka always be the number one read for Baker. And on the interception, by the way, Baker locked onto Emeka and tried to run him open and didn't see the guy coming underneath, whatever the fuck it was. But Baker's got a bad habit now of locking onto Emeka at times.
Also, before you guys start, there was a super chat a while back.
Okay.
I don't before you get too much on another subject, from Rendax Thinking 7. I don't agree with Mopar, but the conversation needs to be started on how much covets his draft pick, 2nd year in a row where the defense has obvious holes to fill for SB and run linebacker.
For a edge. Super Bowl run linebacker and edge.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, sure, to an extent, you're right.
Mopar Buck is just wallets out right now. Fucking credit cards out. He must have crypto. I don't know. He's investment banker. He might work for BlackRock, but he is donating with.
That's another 50 ball right there.
You got that one, Izzy.
Why is it okay for Bowles to value his blitz packages over a sack artist? Our most impressive win was the Hawks. We let a depleted line secondary shut us out. So injuries isn't an excuse. Coaching matters And again, we have a ceiling.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Absolutely true. By the way, Buffalo, I don't know who any of those guys were out there. I have no idea who those receivers were. Could anybody have you ever heard of those receivers? No, I don't know. I know none of them whatsoever. So we're not the only team out there working with fucking, UPS guys playing wide receiver. And so yes, the excuses, they get old after a while. Injuries, they get out there. The reality is it's not good enough.
Yeah. I was going to say my consistent criticism of Grizzard has always been that we kind of make it obvious what we're going to do on third down because of what we do on first down and second down.
You see, Grizz got the backs involved in passing game this week, though. You saw that.
I know. But
I was like, look at you, Grizz.
But go back and rewatch it, Stank, and then tell me if you can if you can spot how many times we call play action passes in the second half.
Not enough.
None. We stopped it with the entire second half. The play action went away. First half,
it wasn't a perfect game for the guy, but I
know, but there's just these again little moments like that you just look at and you go, God, man, it was working so well. Why stop what's working? And that's what keeps happening. When we were blitzing and getting pressure up the middle in Josh's face, he was making mistakes. Why stop what was working? Like, why are we stopping what's working? Special teams, nothing's working at this point. Like I said, kick it out about the fucking end zone. But that's we just bad coaching, bad execution, missed opportunities by the players. Like every box that you could check off that sounds like a fucking cliche is a fucking fact. In that game,
it is a cliche, and execution matters. And I never agree with Cali Bucs ever. I mean, ever. But he said, stop reading so monotone. Do your assistants know how to read? Why do they read like that? That was a $50 super chat, and there was no excitement. There was nothing. It sounded like Todd Bowles saying, you know what, just poor communication back there, just more miscommunication. If we communicated better, we'd win more games, but the communication isn't good. And so we need to communicate that the communication needs to get better.
Mopar says his name is Cade Often, not Cade Otten. Yeah. Often not enough is what I call him. Honestly.
Is he? I mean, he just called you out live on the internet. Cali Bucs did. You got something to say to this guy?
I mean, what type of energy do you want me to use? This has not been a good week of football for any of us, and it's been affecting me too.
He can barely see his own screen.
Don't bring that energy to the next game, okay? You got to get over it.
All right. I don't know what our stream is doing. It seems to be going up and down, but I don't care this point. Whatever. It's time for voicemails, Stank. I'm kind of done with this week. I think it's time for voicemails.
These should just be delightful. This is going to be nothing but positive.
Oh, turn your volumes down, chat. Turn your volumes down.
I'm going to say one thing. You guys, I'm not letting you do this 2 voicemail bullshit anymore.
Let's pay for it. Let's pay for it.
Love you guys and all, but I'm not interested in hearing you for 4 straight minutes. Just not. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even think I can hear my own kids for 4 straight minutes. You want me to listen to fucking strangers that I don't know from the internet for 4 straight minutes? Stank, how long have our phone calls ever gone?
90 seconds.
Thank you. I mean, and this guy is a podcast co-host of mine. You want me to sit here for 4 minutes and listen to you fucking read off of a piece of paper? It's a tough ask.
Yeah, I agree. I actually truly agree with it. If you can't get what you need to get done quickly, you can't hit it and quit it. You got to be out there just droning on, right? Or I'm gonna lose interest. I'm gonna forget what was going on. I'm gonna start checking my fucking, my TikTok feed. Yeah, I'm 50 and I use TikTok. Get over it. All right. I like scrolling too. All right. So don't criticize me. But anyways, just get your point across and do it in the best way possible. It needs to be the best call ever, every time. All right. Yeah. Every single time.
And for those of you wondering, you can leave us a voicemail by going to loosecannonslive.com and click that beautiful red tab on the right-hand side of your screen. Type in your fucking name and leave me a 2-minute message. And that's it. If you don't get your point across in the first message, I want you to fucking go to the bathroom, look yourself in the mirror, and then punch your face through the fucking, just beat the shit out of your own face. Because if you can't leave me your point in 2 minutes or less, you don't deserve to be alive. Fucking kill yourself. No. Right,
Cody says that we should listen to him 4 straight minutes. Why? So you can offend everyone all at once? Native Americans, like whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna go after somebody and try to get us canceled off the internet every single fucking episode.
At some point, exactly. No,
Yeah.
4 minutes. Are you fucking listen? This first voicemail is 25 seconds. That's what we should all be striving for, right there.
Yep, a quick 25.
It doesn't fucking want to work. Everything's a fucking mess. Todd Bowles is to blame. Fire Todd Bowles, the voicemail guy.
Loose Cannons podcast. It's Will Blake, Scottish guy. Half time in the game, 21-20 to the Bills. Fuck me. 3 points from 2 turnovers. Absolutely criminal. Hopefully we can come back the second half. Maybe speak to you second half. Bye bye.
Whatever he said, I agree with.
Yeah, I'm not. Can't understand him sometimes, but he's left us another voicemail.
Good evening, Loose Cannons podcast.
Wow.
Well, that was a bag of shit.
Significantly different.
It's
tone.
Will Blake, Scottish guy. That second half was terrible. These guys fucking lost to the Dolphins and the Falcons, and we've shipped 44 points to them. That's terrible. We're sucked back into the fucking quagmire for the playoffs, I'll speak to you again. Bye-bye.
New rule. This guy can leave as many voicemails.
As many as he wants.
As many as he wants.
Hell yeah.
Spends you
2
guys
voicemails. 2 voicemails that didn't even touch a minute, by the way. 2 total didn't touch a minute.
I need so many more. I want to hear him, bro. I want to subscribe to his podcast.
You know what I like the most is that he calls himself what we call him, Scottish guy. He goes out of his way to tell us he's Scottish guy. As if we couldn't tell that you were Scottish guy. He tells us he's Scottish guy. I fucking love it, man. We need a Scottish guy segment at some point, don't we?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he said Quagmire. He did
the Quagmire
in there. I'm not sure how it applied, but I liked it.
We're in hell. That's basically what he said.
Wow.
Fuck this fucking team. I'm fucking sick of this team. I'm tired of being a fan of this team. This team everyone's a bunch of fucking morons. All of them. Todd Bowles is a pussy. He has no sense of killer instinct. He plays like a bitch. He doesn't play to win. Like, I'm not saying fire the fucking moron, but when is Jason Light or the Glazers or even Bruce fucking Arians going to sit him down and be like, hey, dumbass, play to win. Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Your defense didn't stop nothing all day, and you're fucking punting the ball. It's so fucking dumb. I don't fucking even want to talk about Zion McCollum right now. What the fuck is he doing? He's being paid money to just fucking stand there? That's all he fucking did. Go watch the tape. He just fucking stands there. He's not fucking playing. Oh, I got injured and I don't want to get injured again. Then go fucking play golf, you dumb bitch. Get off my team if you're not going to fucking hit somebody. Like, look at Tyke Smith. He's hitting everybody. Almost fucking went out with a concussion. You need to fucking be doing the same. I'm just done, man. Let's all be real here. Let's be real. Matthew Stafford is going to shred the fuck out of us. Don't even have even a little hope in that game. Even if Godwin and Bucky play. I don't fucking care. Matthew Stafford will kill us. This team is dumb. Fuck Todd Bowles. Fuck this team. Fucking play to win the game. Fuck.
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oof. He's not wrong. on that stuff. That's a good voicemail.
Yep. You know what? It's therapy session. You know, instead of going out and doing a crime, he just left that voicemail. And so I encourage all of you guys, you know, sometimes you get home after watching the game or you're watching it at home and you look over, you know, at your goldfish or whatever, and you're like, fuck you. You know, and you don't need to take it out on anybody else. You need to take it out on us and our ears and our listeners right here on this show. And you could just do that right there. You know how much better he felt? You know the size of the shit he took after making that phone call? Maybe he did it from the toilet. Feels good. So I encourage you, let it on out.
Hey, what's going on? Big fan. It's from north of the border from Canada, T.O. Toronto. My name is Tahir. or Samurai in our native language, as they call it, Tahir. Yeah, I've been watching for years. Big fan of the Bucs since the glory days, since we won that Super Bowl against the Raiders, and the big good old defense, juggernaut defense. I had the privilege of watching all Stott and Simeon, Sapp, can go on for days and days. But then also went through the tough pains of Josh Freeman and Bruce Gardkowski, Byron Leftwich, and all of them. So I know quite a bit when I see it, and always even keeled with the situation. My question is this: yes, we got injuries on offense. We know Grizzard isn't doing his job, and we get back our players healthy. I'm starting to look a little bit about Baker Mayfield and his vision, right, and how he distributes the ball over the past few games, and maybe it's the play calling, right? And maybe having those guys will change up the game. Maybe having Bucky too, but you saw Sean Tucker. I personally feel that Sean Tucker should be a starting RB right now. Rashad White's not cutting it. But my question is essentially, even if we have those guys come back on offense, with the defense woes that we have right now and the lapses that we have, and I don't know what the fuck Todd Bowles is doing in terms of the play calling in some certain instances, being creative and dropping Nelson back and coverage. But anyway, how I digress. The bottom line is this: our defense is going to be our defense. They may step up and come big at certain times, and they're just inconsistent. Our offense needs to be our pillar right here. And having those guys back, that's fine. How are we going to be able to move forward with those guys back? Are we going to be able to, is Baker going to be able to start distributing the ball?
It took so long to ask the question, he cut himself off at the end. That was the longest phrase.
A rookie mistake.
I think he's asking, when those guys come back, will it matter and make a difference, and will we actually be able to play better overall? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Yesterday, we looked really good running the ball because we were against a team that can't stop the run. Yeah. So it's a little bit like fool's gold, right? So it's like, what I don't know. I still don't know what this team's identity is on offense. I also don't necessarily know what this team's identity is on defense. They've played well at times, like really well. But when they've done that, again, the offense hasn't. And when the offense does play well, which I could say maybe 3 games total, Texans, Seattle, yesterday.
But even Seattle, the defense couldn't stop a fucking.
No. I said the offense. I was counting the offense as good games. Yeah. So I don't know.
You just don't know what you're going to get week to week.
I don't know.
You don't. And if you guys are expecting the sharp, Baker next week,
I don't see so we've often not been too critical of Todd, but at the end of the day, Stank, you hired the coordinators, you hired the coaching staff. Your KPIs are tied directly to their performance. So how they do and how their units do is how you are judged. Winning the NFC South, I promise you guys, is not enough for the ownership. He has to do something in the playoffs. I'm telling you guys, it seems to be common knowledge. But at some point, you have to say, I need to be a better head coach. Whether that's relinquishing play calling duties on game day, something. I don't know what it is, man, but you can't look at that and say, we just got to get, obviously, you got to get better. But you got to change something from a schematic standpoint across the board. There's too many things that happen week in and week out. They're just coaching crimes. It's not acceptable, man. And that's why you don't know what this team is. That's why you don't know the identity of this team. That's why we get pissed off, not because I think my team should always win the Super Bowl, but this team is more talented than what they are performing at. This team is not devoid of talent, even with the guys that are missing. Like you said, saying 2 fucking rookie wide receivers are out there. Sterling Shepard is playing like he's been reborn, although he is kind of slow. But there's still a team that there are opportunities out there for a good coach to pull off wins. In yesterday's game, the Patriots game, 2 games we should have won. At some point, you got to look in the mirror. And at some point, we also got to be honest with ourselves and say, hey, you know what? It's not all rainbows and fucking sunshine, Todd. It's just not.
No, it's not. It's not. And he's had to make fucking chicken salad out of chicken shit, especially on offense. You could lean on all those excuses and be like, you know what? Yeah. Fucking musical chairs at offensive line, 7 different fucking offensive line combinations, already. it's been tough. But defensively, you know, you lose your best pass rusher in Kancey. You lose, one of the guys you probably were going to count on, that you drafted with David, whatever the fuck his name is.
Walker.
Walker. You're David Walker. But that's your baby. That's your side of the ball. We shouldn't be losing games like we did yesterday. That not with you as the head coach. We just shouldn't. We shouldn't have that. I can't remember Tony Dungy, if you brought him again, having a performance like that as a defensive head coach. Can't remember giving up 44 fucking points.
He gave up 52 against the Raiders in Oakland.
That game doesn't count.
Oh, it did count. Okay.
No, that one game didn't count.
I mean, it happens, but it doesn't happen week after week after week. And I'm not going to pretend like the defense wouldn't play better with a better offense, and I'm not going to pretend that the offense wouldn't play better with a more consistent defense. But we've seen it, like I said, when one does their job, the other does not. And when it seemingly matters the most, one of them doesn't do their job or help the other. That's just, I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating to watch because that's the toughest thing. Good football teams play complementary football. And if they don't play complementary football the entire game, they play complementary football in the moments that matter. The reason we won those games at the beginning of the season that were one-score games is because when we needed to, we moved the ball. We moved the ball or we got to stop, and then we moved the ball and we scored. But when those things stop happening, that's tough to swallow, man, because I don't think it's a talent issue.
Yeah, and from a coaching standpoint, when you see the same mistakes over and over and over again, you see how inconsistent we've been.
Simplify something.
All three phases. You haven't made any changes on special teams, and that guy's been bad the entire season. That's stubbornness. That is what gets you fired. That is what got Tony Dungy fired ultimately. Just being stubborn and assuming that things are going to fix themselves. Sometimes you got to send a fucking message, man. And you got to point at yourself in the mirror, which you said you kind of did in the offseason. But here we are, middle of the season, about to hit the lull again. We've lost to some really good football teams. We won some games, that I didn't think we were going to win. But damn, dude, this game just left a real bad taste in your mouth. And it's hard to fend off.
It feels like 44-0. I don't know why. It just felt like a 44-0 game.
I don't know either.
The Saints game, I haven't felt good in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. The bye week, I felt like shit too. I was so annoyed that we didn't just drop 50 points on that Saints team that it just felt like a loss to me. So technically, we have 5 straight weeks of just losing. Just feelings, man. I don't like it.
Any more phone calls? We only have like 4.
G'day, cunts. This is Alex from Australia. This one's real fucking shit, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Overall blame, I think everyone needs to do better, but I think the defense is more to blame. I'm a bit old school, but 30 points should win you a game. Simple as that. But to split this up into 2 parts, to go over both offense and defense and maybe a little bit of special teams where they need to improve. Offense, the screens are still not working. It is ridiculous. You cannot throw the ball to somebody only for them to be tackled for loss. There needs to be proper blocking, and it needs to be not obvious that they're going to throw the screen. We also have a poor misuse of personnel at the moment. The announcers during the game said we were the only team that didn't have a tight end touchdown in the NFL this season. Who are the tight ends on this team outside of Kate Otten? Devin Culp, Payne Durham, where are they? And I don't blame the players on that one. I don't know that they're being used properly. I don't think they're being used properly. We have a massive tight end that can run down the field at like 4.4 speed. Why aren't we using them? It is ridiculous. And also, when you're misusing personnel, why are you putting Tez Johnson in a position where he's going to be sandwiched by 2 different defenders when you could at least put someone like Kate Otten, a 250-pound tight end there instead of your 160-pound wide receiver? It doesn't make any sense. And then the third thing is this inconsistency when it comes to aggression. We're really aggressive on 2-point conversions this year. We're also 1-6 from 2-point conversions. They should just stop. But the other thing is they then don't go for it on certain fourth down, like a 4th and 2 in this game. Ridiculous. There needs to be consistency in when to be aggressive. That's entirely missing. And I think that's a coaching problem. But I also think there's just, with the offense, just a lot of execution problems and that sort of thing.
I don't think he's done. He has 2 more minutes.
Right, now onto the defense. I think that there's going to be too much blaming of the coaches. And don't get me wrong, Todd Bowles does deserve to get blamed for this game. We'll go over a little bit of it. But there's going to be too many cliches and BS. Oh, he doesn't fucking chew the refs out enough, and he's not John Gruden, he's not Bruce Arians. It's all fucking stupid. That stuff doesn't change the results of football games. In fact, it probably makes the situation worse in some respects. And the other thing with Todd Bowles is there's actually a lot of positives you can see. We only conceded 2 penalties for 30 yards, and one of those penalties was a pussy-ass little fucking penalty that shouldn't have even been called, but it is in 2025 because of the refereeing and the rules. The other thing is Todd, like, I heard the announcers say this, the Buccaneers have the highest rate of unblocked sacks in the entire league. That is scheme and that is coaching. So I don't really want to hear about how Todd Bowles is entirely to blame. But there are things that the guy needs to improve. We should stop dropping back pass rushes into coverage as much as we do. But I think a lot of it is just guys not doing their assignments and executing. And the thing that I'm really concerned about at the moment is a lack of interior defensive pressure. And I think that Kalijah Cansey going out of this team has been massive. And I hate criticizing players, and I hate criticizing Vita Vea because he's been amazing. But I didn't really see Vita Vea in this game much, to be honest. Greg Gaines, you guys rag on Greg Gaines all the time. So where are those guys? I don't see it. And that's really letting this team down. Also, like, Benjamin Morrison today didn't have a good game at all. So I think a lot of it is, and also tackling needs to improve. So I think
you can smell the stench of the special teams all the way in Australia. Those were actually pretty good voicemails. Those 2 in a row. Yeah. We still have more, by the way. We're not done. Yeah. Like, we're not even close to being done.
Let the people free, Samurai.
Hey guys, Bob from South Jersey. I didn't want to call right away. Let it process. Now it's Monday morning. Dude, this guy's got to go. Bro, everyone's talking about it. The 4th down, why wouldn't you go for it? Shit, on 3rd down, why didn't you run the ball? Then you punt on 4th down.
Movie? Damn it. Evan T says, Sammer is still my dad.
Guys, it's Evan T. I'm on the road driving for work, so just got some thoughts I want to say. Haven't really thought about what I'm going to say, but other than, what the fuck? And then in the middle of the season, we're going to piss down our leg, and then the schedule's going to open up. We're going to look good for a couple weeks, and then we're going to get fucking waxed in the playoffs again.
All of these played earlier for me.
What did I say last week? Injuries do not make excuses. This offense ran for 200 fucking yards. I know everybody's shitting on Baker, and if you're shitting on Baker, go suck on a chode. It is by far not his fault we lost this game. How about when you make Josh Allen look like the fucking coming of Tom Brady with Michael Vick's fucking legs, just having all day in the pocket to throw? What the fuck? And then we got to play the Rams next week? Holy shit. I would put money down that Matthew Stafford's throwing 5 touchdowns on this defense. It's going to be a rough one, boys. And I don't really have much positive to say. It ain't good.
This is the last week I'm going to play 2 voicemails for you fuckers. All right? So sick of this shit. Evan T, parentheses, writes, offering Mike my collarbone for free.
I'm going to take a deep breath. It's Evan T here. Some positives. Still think we need to use him, but we need more Sean carries, even when Bucky comes back. And speaking of Bucky, even if Bucky and Chris played yesterday, I'm going to defend Baker here again. Rhett, you not going for it on 4th down when your defense hadn't stopped Josh Allen the entire day was you just putting up the white flag and surrendering the game. And that was the first time and only time this season where I really, really, really did not like your call. Anyway, hope you guys have a good week, and hope we don't have too many nightmares, and looking forward to the nightmare next Sunday night. Peace.
Yeah, the Rams are the last team I think I would want to see right now. coming out of like it with the team performing like they have been. This is the fucking worst case scenario.
But it's the weirdest thing. I've had this feeling like there's gonna be some like this is the weirdest type of game. They're feeling themselves. We're in the shit. Like we're upset. It just feels like one of those how the fuck did we win that game moments that's about to happen. And I'm not trying to be positive. I just have this feeling that this is usually the moment where you feel like shit and something happens that you're like, what? Huh? What? Like, but I feel like on paper we should get destroyed. But
We're gonna come back and whoop some ass. That's what's gonna happen.
I have no idea.
Legit.
I have no idea.
No.
Funny thing is, I was talking to Vix about this, and last year we had the same situation. We went to LA to play the Chargers. They were like 6-3. We were going through like that 4-game skid, and we ended up winning like 40-17. Like that was a game we shouldn't have won.
Totally.
I'm glad you guys are all full of optimism.
Totally different team. That Chargers team is nothing. I mean, this is a Rams team that is running almost exclusively 13 personnel, and they have a wide receiver who's getting 2 touchdowns a night. Out of 13 that means there's only one wide receiver, for those of you who don't know, on the field. And he's scoring touchdowns. They have 3 tight ends that they throw the ball to.
Sammer.
That game was going to be,
Sammer. Biff's got, he's got George in his fucking, he's got him extended right now. And George is fucking, there's no
First time I watched that movie, I thought it was over for George.
Yeah, I think we are George McFly right now. The Rams are Biff. Are we going to be able to muster up the knockout blow?
So we can go home with the hottie.
Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody sent us a voicemail in Braille.
Hey, it's Billy Bones. The gods of the sea have forsaken us. The ship is sinking. Don't know what to do. We are drowning. The Kraken is coming to eat us. But no, for real. It's so hard to be a Bucs fan sometimes because every year they give me hope and then they just dash that hope into the rocks. We're a great team and we should be winning these games. It's just the little mistakes that keep screwing us over. I don't know, man. Maybe it's time for someone to walk the plank. But we just need to finish, man. We come on strong and we just can't finish these things. And I don't understand why. We have the right pieces. We have good players. Some are missing, but we've got pretty good replacements. And I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Anyway, just wanted to say that I love the show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for doing what you do. And I'll catch you next time.
Yeah. More pirate themed calls. But you got listen, man. You got to really commit next time. You're going in and out. You have a natural pirate voice. I could hear it. I know why you were like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking pirate this call up. Yeah. But you got to really fucking I want to hear fucking clanking of the chainmail and you just need to dress up when you call and get into fucking character.
I don't think they wore chainmail. The Pirates. I think
not chainmail. I don't know why I said chainmail. I fucking dress up like a pirate every year. I said chainmail like a fucking dumbass.
Is medieval. Yeah.
God.
You need to be better.
So stupid.
He's so mad at himself right now.
You need to be better.
I was so mad when it came out of my mouth. I was mad at myself.
You know what a pirate wears, Stank.
You need to be better. How's this team going to win with your bullshit, Stank? You know what? Maybe you're not. It's not enough bullshit. When we were winning in 2020 and like this early, you had a lot of bullshit. You've fallen off. Your bullshit hasn't been there. And you know it too, because you've missed games. You've gone to fucking family events. Like when the family events start taking precedence over the team, I'm going to start questioning you. Right now, there's not enough bullshit from you. And I don't like you. You know that. But I understand the value of your bullshit. Get on it, man. Fix that shit. Because I'm sick of it. I can't watch any more of this football team if you can't fucking bullshit like you usually do.
You might be right. I gotta look at the man in the mirror, and I gotta ask him to change his ways. And if he's not willing to, yeah,
I'm gonna make you a bullshit meter that we can adjust for the rest of the season.
Does it come in dildo form by chance? With like a dial on the bottom there.
A dialogue.
He like bends over. He's got a
remote.
He's got a plug in there that's got a dial on it. Just
a dial-up dildo.
I'm sure those exist.
It'll plug your bullshit up. Oh.
Wow.
I gotta let it out, he said, not plug it up.
All right, everybody, adjust your ears and microphones and everything because this is the last voicemail and it's Brother Lou. And I'm assuming he's pretty pissed.
Blues Cannons. Oh, my brothers. My brothers. Took another fucking L, bro.
Holy crap.
Sorry, Lou. I had to cut you off
Pause
there.
this for
Holy smokes.
Bardock just gave us a $99.99 super chat. I don't know who that guy is. Thank you so much, Goku. That was amazing. I think that's Super Saiyan 3 right there, too.
Fucking Bardock.
He just spirit bombed us with a $99 super chat.
Wow. I don't know what we did or what he wants to know. But
I don't either.
Hey.
He liked the dildo talk. It came right after it.
I think so.
He's all about it.
Yeah, it did.
All right, Stank. The people have spoken. You need to wear some sort of.
I need to wear one.
You need to the game.
A strap on?
Yes.
No. He needs to wear. He needs to be plugged with a dial on the end of it.
I need to have.
He needs one of those. He needs one of those old school keys that you had to rotate. You know, like the wind up cars. But you need one just coming out like your pants. Just.
My fucking goodness, Bardock.
And you'd have the fucking cymbals. That'd be perfect, dude. A little fucking monkey action in there. All right, back to
hilarious.
Brother Lou.
Another fucking L in buff. I mean, we were going back and forth, brother. It was nice, but I don't know, man. I hate to question the coaching, bro, but how many times it's gonna take, bro? You know, you keep fucking putting your fucking your edge rushers into coverage, bro, and it seems like we're ringing the fucking dinner bell, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly where they're fucking going. You know what I'm saying? And when you got Stafford watching film, bro, and he's like, fuck, man, if Vita drops back, man, that's where we going. If Nelly drops back, yeah, that's where we going. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just want to say, Coach, the gig is up. The gig is up, bro. The NFL is seeing all that, bro, and they just, you know, you might as well open up the fucking buffet, bro. You might as well open up the buffet, man. Just, I don't know, man. I don't get that fucking shit, man. It's just like, you know, what's that fucking, that shit, man? We're fucking 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, bro. We're running the ball, man. Talk's been fucking money and shit. But no, let's fucking pass it, bro. Fucking Grizzle, what are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm listening to the coach, bro, in this conference, man. Like, well, we had it at the 39 and more or less. I thought, you know, we had enough time to get the ball back. Yeah, you get the fucking ball back after they put another 7 on us. Fuck!
He lost it at the end.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
He was way too calm, and I was like, where the fuck is the anger? Because I knew it was in there.
This is what the show's about, man. We give people the platform to be angry. Whoa.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bardock, I wasn't saying that Bardock is Goku. I was saying that the image, but I guess you're right. I guess that's his dad. Listen, I got to tell you, I think that the offense needs wideouts and weapons to help Baker to come back, and Bardock is Goku's dad. I hope your dad is okay with these 2 super chats you spent on his credit card. Appreciate the hell out of it. Don't get me wrong, but damn, welcome to the Loose Cannons podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Izzy's over there fucking sending us 99 cents when he's not on the show. Bardock just got here. He's fucking dropped 2 hundo. How you feel about that, Izzy?
Bardock,
damn.
I think the good news is we could be getting one of those receivers back fairly soon. And hopefully he comes back when he's ready to come back, and Chris Godwin. But yeah, I mean, I would love to fucking get more out of what we have out there, but they gotta stay fucking healthy, man.
Yep. That's all I got, man. I'm done with this game.
Me too, bro.
I'm exhausted talking about it.
I shot my load like 30 minutes ago. I'm out.
Appreciate the hell out of the voicemails. Sorry
Yeah,
for
you
the
guys are
weird
awesome.
stream and all that shit. It's been odd
Yeah.
all night. It's not us. I pay for the fastest internet and the best latency. I have everything set up properly, guys. It's YouTube. So if you guys get upset, tell YouTube to fucking kiss my ass. All right. Stank. I'll
Hammer.
see you on Thursday night as we get ready for a Sunday night clash with the Los Angeles Rams in a game where we have no chance at all. And you know what? I like our fucking chances.
I like that. I like it.
It's kickoff, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the